I started ACED events literally with nothing. So talk about a budget of zero. And I agree with what Angie was saying in relation to you're going to work 18 hours a day. So it's important to choose something that you love. Um, and for that reason, because it doesn't feel like work, it gives you that adrenaline to just keep going no matter what comes your way. And I think the first thing I did was to just put something in motion. I fortunately had a client base because I've been doing events for like 15 years. So I was able to tap into that client base really quickly. Got on the phone, called everybody I knew, put it on Facebook, started a website, and was just like, I started my own company. Who needs an event? So that was the first thing I did, was tap into my clients and people that I knew. And then from there, I think what catapulted me to the next level was hiring independent contractors. So I went to people that were already working in the event industry and said to them, hey, if you have an event that you can't place in your venue, send it to me. I'll find them a venue and I'll pay you a commission. So the logic around that is there's no conflict of interest, because if their venue that they're working in can't place them, they still want to make the client happy. So they'll send the client to me. I'll find their client another venue and pay that person a commission. So that was a game changer. And that was something that literally took no time at all. Because who would say no to that? I'm going to pay you a commission to send me a client, your client my way. And then I think the third thing I did that really got me over the flagpole was don't be afraid to ask for referrals. So I typically wasn't doing that. But as soon as a client was really happy, I would just shoot them an email and just say, could you introduce me to 3 other people in your company that do what you do? I'd love to talk to them and see if I can help. So they always said yes. They would right away email, CC me, put me on an email with a coworker, and before you know it, I have 3 more events.
Wow. And how long does it take you to ramp up? And where did you see the inflection point was?
So it took 2 years for me. Year 2 was when I started to ask for the referrals, and that was really the game changer. I then got even more creative, and really took a dive into how their business works. So for me, I'm working with field marketing managers, people in your company that do what you do. I would ask them to introduce me to the entire region. So I would curate the email for them and say, hey, would you mind sending this out to your counterparts on the West Coast? And so from there, you're talking one email that reaches 100 people or more, depending on the size of the company. So that was enormous for my business.
I love the way you think at scale, Alicia, because I think that's one of the things I noticed with pretty much all of the entrepreneurs is when they're scaling their revenue, they're looking for ways to amplify whatever is working. So it could be that it's their Facebook marketing. If it works, they double down on that. But that's one thing that I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't do. They don't sort of think of what is the next level of this and how do I magnify this successful approach to be 100 times more impactful.
That's
right. Awesome. Yeah, and I think because you're so busy and you're so in it, the day to day, I was able to do it once I started bringing in the independent contractors and giving them some of the events to execute. It freed up a little bit of mind space for me to then think about the bigger picture. And again, to your point, how do you scale this? Because we're not traditional businesses. We're not selling a product. We're selling a service. So to scale service, you have to think outside of the box and come up with something different.